video is gonna be how I fill my eyebrows in for a full face makeup. I'm talking about full glam type, not well glam, but if I'm gonna actually conceal my eyebrows and put foundation on, that's what I'm gonna be showing you guys today. First thing I'm gonna do is show you guys the products that I'm gonna be using for this video. I'm gonna take a pressed translucent powder. If you have a loose translucent powder, that works as well. I also have a loose translucent powder as well. This is with Maybelline. This is more affordable. This is Laura Mercier. It's more of a high-end. Either one of them is fine. Concealer, I like to use a lighter one and one a tad bit darker, and I'll show you guys why later in the video. I'm going to be using the Pomade by Anastasia. This is my fave. I use the color Ebony. The tools I'll actually be using is going to be my Anastasia eyebrow brush, which is really, really good. This is an e.l.f. brush. I think Putty Primer Applicator is what it says. But I like to use this to press in my powder. And this is a Morphe brush that I've had forever, so I don't know the actual number to it. But I'm going to be using this to actually apply my concealer. The reason why I like to use pressed powder is because it's less cleanup. And I just press it right on into my eyebrows. I like to do that because my skin is oily and it tends to accumulate oil. So while I'm doing that, since I am going to do a full application phase, I'm going to go ahead and put this powder into my areas that tend to get oily. Now, if I'm not using powder, I've already put my primer on as well, so I do this after my primer. If I'm not using powder, I'm definitely using something because, baby, listen, this face, no. So now I have that set in. I'm going to go in and brush it on through. I'm going to go in with the pomade. I like to dip it on both sides with a clean brush. It's very important that you clean your utensils as soon as you get to using them. Try to take as much of the extra off as possible. And the way that this, I don't keep closing it, but I do sit it upside down on the desk to preserve the longevity of it. I use my hand to get the extra off. You shouldn't though, because it's really hard to get that off sometimes once it dries. And I done took pictures before, trust me. Okay, so you see how I didn't start all the way at the beginning? I like to start here just in case the product is still too heavy. I actually have ability to comb it in. So what you're gonna see me do here is I'm going to outline the bottom, outline the top, and then I'm gonna draw it through. It is very important that you do these. It's very important that you do start with eyebrows that are tamed. Whether you cut them, wax them, trim them, tweeze them, make sure they are tamed. If they're not tamed, you can still achieve this look. It's gonna be just a little extra work. So, as you can see, I have my line here. I'll go back in just to make sure that I got it doing good. If you don't know where to draw the line at, it's easier to go closest to your eyebrow hairs or a little bit inside of your eyebrow hairs versus under, because you can always come under if you need to, but let's start a little bit up. I do not like this line to be defined like that. So once I lay that line, I go and start pushing it up so that you do not detect the line as I complete my eyebrows. I don't like that look. Some people do, no shade, makeup is an artistry, so you guys do as you please. For me, I don't like that line. Okay, so now you guys see that I am going into the top part. I also don't start early on. I haven't applied any more product yet. Once I draw my line or start brushing up and I see that my product is fading, I will apply more. So up here, I'm just gonna take it and shape it, come up and then come down. Actually just following my natural eyebrow shape. Okay, so now that I have done that, I'm gonna start coming in now. And actually, sometimes if you look at some of my videos or my pictures, I don't always draw my line all the way in. And that's because sometimes it looks too harsh. When I get here, one thing that you need to consistently be doing is brushing while you're applying, because you don't want to apply too much in any area, and you don't want to apply and then start brushing and one area is darker than you intended for it to be. So just be very cognitive of that. So right here it's a little lighter, and I actually want to go in. Okay, so I filled that in. Okay, so how far do you go back here? I like to take my brush, put it like this, from here to here to here. That's how you'll know when you hit the point. Okay, so I'm almost there, but I'm not quite there. Now, this is gonna show up in pictures. So you might be like, oh, it's too long, but I'm telling you, if you go too short, once you take a picture, you have a full face of makeup on, you can see where it stopped at. And it's not a good look. Okay, let's see. Boom. Great. Perfect, actually. So I'll do this really quick. I'm going to take my lighter concealer, put it right here. This is going to be a really, really easy step. Take my darker concealer, put it right here. Oh, it's like I'm running out, but we'll do with what we have. I'm going to take my brush that I'm going to use, and I always start with the lighter. I start with the lighter concealer. And I do right up in the bridge area. And this is also where you're actually going to shape your eyebrow really good to make it defined. Take a sponge, or you can use your brush to, you know, I just don't like the harsh line coming down, so I try to get on top of it early. Put a little more, put it on through. Now if you put too much concealer, you can always go in and wipe it off and bring it down. You don't want it to look really clumped up there. Okay. Alrighty. Now pat that through. Now I'm going to take the same brush. I haven't wiped much of the concealer off. And I'm going to take the darker concealer and I'm going to fill in the front. Now the reason why I do this method is because it actually blends into your makeup better once you use a darker concealer that goes right on into your foundation color perfectly. I'll take a little bit more of this darker concealer. Now these concealers that I am using, I do have them on my Amazon storefront. So you can go to my Amazon store, Review from Texas, and check it out. I'll have everything linked down below. So since I'm out of this product, mostly it's just like, yeah, you need more product. But I kind of know how to maneuver and work through it. So I'm just like, yeah, that's fine. I do what I do. I'm going to go back in with the leftover product just to clean up my line up here. I also didn't apply no more product to here either. And I did use a darker concealer on top because that works well for me. I don't use that lighter. I didn't use the lighter. Sometimes every blue moon when I'm being like super, I will use it, but I'm normally not being that super. And to finish it, I'm just going to show you guys on camera real quick. I don't normally do this until my whole makeup look is complete. I'm going to take some of my NYX glue, and I'm actually just going to do the front to show you how good that this defines your eyebrows. I'll finish my complete look with the back later, but it defines it so nice and good. And this will be my complete eyebrow before I actually apply a full face of makeup. I really like it. I know it looks a lot standalone-ish, but yes. So I'm going to upload this complete look as well. I just wanted to do a standalone video of how I do my eyebrows for anybody who wanted to learn or wanted to know. If you find this video helpful, please make sure you share, like, and follow your girl.